Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Well, what do you think these are? Well, of course they're capsules and they have a very aromatic kind of smell. You probably smelled it in the kitchen before. Well, this is sage, a very powerful herb and something we use in the kitchen to, usually around Thanksgiving we have a lot of sage going around. But it's been used for medicinal qualities for all the way back to the 10th century. And the Chinese loved sage tea. It was used by the Greeks and the Romans for its medicinal capacities. And even the Arabs called sage the Herb of Immortality. And it's also used in many spiritual and ceremonial purposes also. It's a very anti-inflammatory and helps with arthritis and joint pain and swelling and redness and everything that has to do with inflammation. We take for granted a typical spice, that these spices are powerful and we should have those in our kitchen and in our herbal medicine cabinet as much as possible. It also helps with asthma and helps to open up the lungs and helps with the inflammation of the bronchi, and they open up those passages so we can breathe better. It's a powerful antioxidant and has a lot of flavonoids and polyphenols like in green tea, and it has superoxidase dismutase, which is a super powerful antioxidant and helps with preventing cardiovascular problems and strokes and cancer, and it has a whole bunch of wonderful antioxidants, about 12 of them, and I could go through them, but no reason to. It's a super great relaxing agent, and it helps with our mood. If you're in a bad mood, taking some sage will uplift a person's mood. It helps with chronic fatigue and exhaustion and just headaches and poor memory, poor immune system, helps with stress in general. And in the Journal of Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics, it showed it works for people with agitation. If people were upset and had agitated all the time, they found that just using sage, either in a massage oil or to get into the skin that way, or taking it in capsules, works fantastically. It's also highly recommended by a lot of herbalists. I mean, it's one of the first things that herbalists think about is sage, and it helps for all kinds of conditions. So it's one of the first things that my group usually picks to help a person. It improves brain function, and that's really important, and it can help with Alzheimer's possibly. We are still studying that, but it improves memory, and they call it a thinker's tea. And because in China they would use this because if you're a person that thought a lot, you need a little bit of sage in your diet. And sage and sage, the great sages of the world and sage kind of goes together. I think it's really important. It has a lot of vitamin K in it, so it helps to prevent excessive clotting and heart attacks. If you're been pregnant and you have nursing your baby and you're towards the end of nursing and you want to get rid of the breast milk, and sage will do that, help to dry up breast milk. It's really soothing to the GI tract, and if you've ever had upset stomach and indigestion, a little bit of sage has all these antibacterial agents in it that help to really get rid of all that upset and soothe the GI tract. It also helps to lower blood sugar and balance blood sugars, and many people feel it works as well as metformin, the medication for diabetes. So that's something to be said. That's pretty powerful. It lowers cholesterol. A lot of studies have shown that it lowers cholesterol and also lowers triglycerides, which is a great thing. Not a whole lot of things lower triglycerides at the same time. A person that has a sore throat, gargling with a little bit of sage powder in water really does a great job of getting rid of sore throats, sore gums, and inflammation of the tongue in general, and the mucosa of the tongue. It also helps with menopause and can help with hot flashes and help those to settle down and decrease. And it's great for PMS, for excessive bleeding and bloating and cramps, so it's something to think about. And get rid of the headaches also. It contains a lot of vitamin A and vitamin C, which are anti-inflammatories and also powerful immune boosters and help to keep us away from colds and flus, and fortify the cardiovascular system, and it also has a lot of vitamin E for sexual health in it, and it also has magnesium and manganese for enzyme production, and copper and iron for anemia, and it also has zinc for boosting up our immune system, and potassium for water regulation and heart contraction. It's also very antibacterial and antifungal, and also helps with getting rid of staph and E. coli infections and even salmonella, which is pretty amazing. It's something to have in the medicine cabinet. It also helps with candida, the fungal infection. So I recommend you keep a bottle of these capsules. It's kind of hard to find in capsules, but the powder is everywhere. Every grocery store and every seasoning section, if you have your wonderful culinary herbs, will have sage. It also lowers fevers if you have a fever of some type and you want to lower that down. It also contains lutein and xanthine, and helps with preventing macular degeneration and helps you to have good eyesight all the way through your life. It's anti-allergic, so if you have a lot of allergies, this good old sage can help. And it's been used for spiritual purposes, like cleansings, the smoke for cleansings, even used in the Catholic Church for cleansing and that type of thing. And it's also been used for thousands of years for that purpose, so it must be something that really works. Also, you can take the powder of sage and mix it with a little hot water and make a mask with it, and it's really good for getting rid of oily skin. And there's sage cream that can be used for genital herpes outbreaks, and it helps with that. And also helps with inflammation and little sores on the skin in general. It's used in a lot of different types of culinary uses, from Greeks to Italian, and used in casseroles with veggies and stews and soups and meats and fish and just about anything you can think of. Just look up a plethora of wonderful recipes using sage. And also it's a great antiperspirant. Studies show that it reduces perspiration by 50%. So if you are one of these people who, perspires profusely, taking some sage can really help. Also, it's used in a lot of cosmetics because it's like shampoos and lotions and the powders for the face, because it's anti-inflammatory. It can be found in tinctures and powders and oils, and also in cosmetics, and as capsules. Capsules probably a little less, but also you can buy it fresh, which is super. And you can dry it yourself, or you can grow it in your garden and get old-fashioned, organic, wonderful sage that way. It grows like a weed, so it's really wonderful. And it's about using what we have that Mother Nature gives us. And Mother Nature's brought us sage for a reason, to keep us healthy. And eating a little bit of sage every day in our food is really good. And making sage tea, which has a wonderful flavor and also a great aroma. I mean, there's a reason that people made sage tea hundreds and hundreds of years ago, because it was just tasty in general. And also, together with a plant-based whole foods diet, I think that we can become very healthy and stay healthy all our lives. And even our brain. And, you know, I'm just helping a man right now who has a obsessive compulsive disorder, and just going on a whole foods plant-based diet, he's finding that that's disappearing, and he's becoming calmer, and he sleeps better, and the brain in general is functioning better. So there's a lot to be said for eating organic and a plant-based diet. I love you.